Creases in my mind, empty shapes where you used to be. Nothing fills the space where you're supposed to sleep. And as you go, find peace in all the ways. Find solace in your place. I'm just thinking about the past and I wish I could have been 10 times more. And I find solace in your place.
Oh
it's the first time that I know what I need. And I want you so bad that I'm scared that now I know how good it is if you ever leave. I think I want it.
most I've ever looked at the Swiss franc for in a long time. Let me know what time frame you're thinking.
All right, what's up, y'all? What it do, what it do? All right, happy Wednesday, everyone. What's up, what's up? Hope you guys are feeling amazing, blessed, super grateful. I'm here feeling cozy, super cozy, we're hydrated. Let's get into these charts. Let's stick to what we know. Do your best to let go of yesterday, the week. Even if it was good, you're hitting trades, don't worry about it. All right, don't worry about how far you are from an account, from getting paid, from a payout, withdrawal, whatever. Let's just trade. Let's see what's going on with these markets, yeah? Let's get into this thing. All right, so first and foremost, welcome everyone. Buenos dias, Karen, Gabriel, Nate. Good to see you in here, man. How you been? Michael, what's going on, bro? We got Vaughn, Joe, Gonzala, Corey. Yeah, some good movement with gold yesterday, for sure. We were looking at shorts in this range, like really anywhere in here. I think some of you guys took your trades like over here. But some good movement out of this zone from yesterday. We got a mitigation. Depending on how you're managing this, maybe you're in this, maybe you're not anymore. I'm personally I already got out of this trade. What's up, everyone else? Jeff, Nick, Harshi, we got FT, Brandon, what's up, Janko? Consistent, man, as consistent as ever. What up, Evan? Buenos dias, Alfredo, Seth, Brandon, Kinder, Austin, DeAndre, Steph. All right, what's up, Luis? Music is still playing over me? Is it really? Oh, that was Nancy. My bad. It was the Zoom. The Zoom was the Zoom audio because she's doing a fast track right now too. My bad. That must have been very confusing. Still in gold. Okay. Cool. All right. What's up, Ivan? All right, guys. Yeah. I mean, if you got your trading, squads on, get them on here. Let's dive into it. Gold with some good movement last night. We took some oil buys as well. We had oil shakeouts yesterday, depending on your entry. You might have hit TP in here. You might have been waiting. I continuously want this one, so I'm getting stopped out in profit here with these setups. Not big deal though. 1R here and there, collecting, so not the biggest deal in the world. But the question then becomes, well, where is there a trade? And I'm gonna get into oil, I'm gonna get into metals, but let's see what's happening with indices. We have New York open here in just a few minutes. So let's talk about where we're at in the market, because we've been squeezing everywhere. So in these kind of ranges, in these choppy ranges, this is where you sometimes don't end up getting that risk reward that you want. And it depends, right? Sometimes you have pretty tight entries, so maybe you are getting something, but you might be waiting for the breakout, right? Your exit might be on the other side of the breakout. So being patient is gonna go a long way trading here. And I would expect some sort of breakout to happen. It's more and more likely the longer this stays the way that it's been trading. So right now, I mean, we basically have equal highs across the board over here. And then you could ask yourself, okay, do we also have trend lines going on over here? And is the market trading relatively bullish? So we're squeezing, we're in an ascending wedge. I basically want to be on getting into some sort of entry on the other side of both areas of liquidity. So we have liquidity here, we have liquidity here. Where are we gonna go? Now, if we zoom in more, maybe you can start to look at some ideas. For example, with NASDAQ here, just about an hour and a half ago, you see a little pump up here, the market, this does take the high, so don't get me wrong. This does take the high, but this does make equal highs. And then when we break below here, these lows are pretty brief. So is this the best example for a sell? I don't think so. And I won't be trading that. If we go look at Dow, all right, Dow did a good job reversing out of this zone yesterday. Again, we'll start here a little bit more zoomed out. In my opinion, we're already efficient over here, so looking for sells doesn't really get anything done. Market's moving very clean. If anything, we probably work our way a little bit higher and trade up into this range. So here's the 1 hour. At the 1 hour, we see this big move to the upside before it all comes crashing down. So in here, we definitely have opportunities. If you look at NQ, NQ has a similar move, and NQ is way further away. So this move that I'm marking up here from Tuesday, March 17th, Asian session, so about 8 days ago, we have that there. And then we did see Dow trade low. So we saw it go down to here, but only to make more liquidity. So in seconds, we're going to get New York open. Here we'll start seeing some movement. In reality, I do want to see Dow clear these lows. And then can we get a buy out of the end of day of New York session? So we see a spike down. There's a couple, right? We see this push down here. Here's where we got our shakeout yesterday, and we took this trade up to like here. So you have this move down here from yesterday, which I think is very valid. And then we also have this last push down here before everything started to pop off to end the day. So I honestly wouldn't be totally surprised if we get some sort of reversal in this area down here as well. How you mark this up, where you want to see this start to reverse, I think it kind of depends on you. It is open to interpretation, so if we get a good reaction out of here, I'll probably be a bit quicker to move to break even, etc. So yeah, I'll be mindful for this possible buy scenarios, especially if Dow is going low. If Dow is dropping, but at a slower pace, less aggressively than NQ or S&P, then yeah, we'll be chilling. What are we seeing first? All right, so first signs are Dow way more bullish than NASDAQ, already liquidating Tokyo highs, London highs, trading upwards of this range. So that already is kind of giving us signs that if we were to get NASDAQ movement to the upside, it would probably be a better opportunity. S&P kind of somewhere in between. So I still have this markup on S&P here. Interestingly enough, this area that I drew up here from Monday's New York high, Dow already got over here. Like Dow already traded in the zone. And NQ, on the other hand, hasn't either. So NQ, we had this move, and I didn't mark this up, so I should. But NASDAQ had this last push up before things reversed, right here. This trade is a little sketchy. It does take the highs by a little bit, but not by too much. And we're trading really close to other equal highs. So this is a trade I wouldn't go with a full risk. But the fact that we could clear a lot of liquidity and reverse out of this zone, I do think that is very much a possibility. So I'm very open to selling NQ over here. However, it won't be a full risk. So selling NAS out of right here. Stops go right here. Something like this. And then breaking out of liquidity, I guess, would really be my target. So we'll just kind of wait and see. But yeah, this is going to be a half risk trade for me. It's diverging, so it's slowest moving to the upside. This is on NQ, so let me drop down to MNQ. Let's see where we can go. All right, so we'll take a trade right around there. Cool. Do I want to do 230? If I do one more unit, what does this look like? 345. Okay, I'm with it. So we'll see how we end up working our way higher. What's up, guys? What's going on, man? YM closed the 1 hour fair value gap though when it did wick below the Tokyo low. Where? What are you talking about? YM closed this here? Are you saying here or here? Because I wouldn't agree with that. This push down here during like an hour ago? Why do you consider this a half hour? Because of the equal highs. These highs are a little too close together, too bunched up for me. So they could be it could be a just liquidity sweep as well. That's why I'm going less than usual. Does that make sense? On the 1 hour, you said, with doubt? Yeah, I mean they're not like perfect equal highs, and I do think there's enough of a break above to make a difference. So that's why, and the divergence helps, but we'll see. I'm okay with it. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are like, I don't know if I'm going to take that. So, you know, whatever works. So you said the 1 hour, something clears Tokyo lows. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but that's okay. All right, anyways. So we'll have this, we'll kind of be waiting on this. I have alerts here once we start to break above some of these highs, and then especially if we get into the zone over here. This little area here where I was like, maybe you could get reversals. I'm not selling in this zone right now. I'm waiting. I want sells on NQ above 24,600. My entry is sitting closer to 24,638. That's not a bad idea either, Corey. If you want to have a more conservative stop and have your stops, let's say, above here, then feel free. If the risk reward is still there, if you think it still makes sense for you, then I definitely, I get it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that takes care of indices. And quick look with, actually, honestly, we'll look at majors at the end. Today, we only had GBP, CPI, no dollar news. Tomorrow, you'll see unemployment claims, kind of a weak red folder. and then Friday just GBP. So dollar news isn't really going to come from like volatility this week won't come from a news event. Volatility this week will more than likely come from some sort of geopolitical event. That's the most likely scenario that we have going on today. Like, it's probably not going to happen in like that. There's going to be a surprise update, and that will be the difference. Okay, so considering gold, in my opinion, we already rejected. We saw the exchange of money from buyers, right? Smart money buys to the sells. So we saw this reversal. Some of you hit take profit, stop profit on this idea. So well done. Is there a new trade here, right? Do we have some sort of opportunity right now? Honestly, I don't really love anything here for sells anymore. What we did just see here a couple hours ago, or an hour ago, was this break below here. And right now we're kind of luring in. So we saw right here, like 7:30, the spike down. This clears out the London low, any sort of Tokyo lows really, until we rebalance right here on gold. So, I mean, yeah, gold basically got efficient right there. And with this move here, we basically, the sweep, the market right now has filled this imbalance. You know, you have retail sellers getting in here, because this is a break. So people get enticed into selling over here. So there is a chance, I think there's a decent chance that the market can definitely play out of these zones. Like, you see a lot of support in this area. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a buy or reversal somewhere out of here. Honestly, probably closer, a little higher in this order block. So like a trade like this, I could see it. This is what you start to call reaccumulation. However, again, there is downside to this because, one, there are inefficiencies over here. So let's just mark this up. There's imbalances over here. So the market could definitely want to go down to here. Now, since it keeps losing demand every time it gets below here, that's why I think it could also go higher. If it does, then we more than likely get breaks above here. So this could definitely still give us a 3-something R, but I know there is some sort of, I would say like there is a little bit of a struggle with buying when you're already like kind of trending upwards. But yeah, this is what it looks like right now. So there's a chance here. Some of you might not feel as comfortable buying in like this zone maybe. But yeah, we see the sweep below. The market rallies. Now it's building up, just holding demand. So we still see that there's really little momentum over here. So if we start trading lower, I'll consider this idea here. But that's gold. And then we can take a look at silver as well. Silver not as bullish. So silver, actually the last break down, check this out. Gold breaks below the lows and starts to push higher, while silver gives a higher low, but it's kind of ranging more. So I do have a lot more confidence in gold buys than anything with silver. From here, we could take a look at oil. Oil at this point, we saw the big liquidity capture. The market then, you know, struggled to hold demand here. So we've been going higher. Structures was better up to here until we just kind of crashed down, and we're kind of living more of the same. So now we're seeing structure actually stay bearish. So we went from higher highs, higher lows, higher highs to lower lows. So we kind of have two zones here. We have the sell idea way up here. You have all of this range that we're in right now for the week, basically, since Monday. Structure went from higher highs, higher lows to now breaking below here. And now we're in this downtrend. On the smaller time frame, we're back to being bearish. Since apparently we didn't want to get continuations. We had our shakeout here, so sweeps the low, squeezes, plays out, but then the market attempts to go higher, fails over and over again. So with that being said, damn, chugging, give me a second. Oh, could you guys hear her drinking water in the back? She's just chugging. Yeah, we took oil shakeout in Asia. Took gold, small, reduced risk. I was fast asleep. That's great. Cool. Silver didn't take London though. It doesn't need to. It could. That's the thing. Silver looks like it's not as bullish as gold. So silver might take that low and then run. All right, y'all heard it. That's funny. Yeah, she's going crazy with the water. Yeah. Drink up, y'all. Gotta get your morning beer in. For sure. Yo, let's check up on indices. I know they're starting to push down pretty aggressive. Wow, so this one played out. Okay. Well. So the short out of here, which I thought was a little sketchy, played out. Okay, so interesting. Now I want to review this because we now have seen Dow sweep liquidity. We broke above some of these highs. So Dow did a really good job eliminating retail sellers. Right, so you see that here. Hopefully that's starting to make sense. Liquidity, right? You have liquidity, takes liquidity, great. Trades right back down. Now ideally we would like to see shorts out of somewhere over here. The longer that we can trade below these areas, the better. This kind of broke below where we pumped, so the shakeout is not as great. You have NQ doing very similar price action. So we see it pump right after New York open, takes out some liquidity, trades out of here. I was avoidant of this idea because of the highs here. Equal highs right there, so wasn't my favorite trade. This right here though, obviously like we marked it up, but whatever. I guess I wanted to play out today. So liquidity sweep. Honestly, the timing though, okay, this is where we could have played a little bit of more context. Why was it sketchy? Dow and ES took out liquidity. I was about to say that. So since Dow and S&P took some liquidity out, the NQ sell did make a lot of sense. The reason I didn't want to take it was because we saw some equal highs up here. There was liquidity. So that's why I stayed out. But honestly, had I used the context of Dow sweeping with tons of liquidity, so for example, this is where context kind of matters over it being super, super strict. Because you had liquidity, massive liquidity sweep for Dow and S&P here. I still wanted S&P to go higher though, so whatever. But either way, you got liquidity sweeps on both, and then that is what took NQ to make the lower high. So Yeah, no, honestly, like looking at this again, I totally understand a sell here. I probably would have gone maybe half risk because of that, but it would have put me over just putting the pieces together. For whatever reason, I didn't. Maybe it's because, maybe it's the sleep, I don't know. Maybe it's the coffee. Caught a 1.5R on Dow for the sell. Nice, Jay. Dow was more bullish, more buying pressure, more incentive to keep pushing higher. I mean, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think he's saying why not take Dow. I don't think he was saying to take Dow. I think he's saying Dow NS took liquidity, so why was NQ sketchy? I believe that's what he was saying. It is like a puzzle, yeah, and you can put different pieces together, and especially when you have like, so you have 3 assets within an asset class in indices. So if Dow and S&P did a major liquidity sweep, and NQ is giving you a mitigation or order block rejection, you get a better probability for the trade to play out. And that's where adaptability comes into play, and not being so rigid with patterns and being more connected to context, like the narrative of the market. Because you're not here to trade, in reality, you're not trading patterns, right? You're trading narratives, you're trading the flow of money. So it is different. But I mean, at the end of the day, this could set us up for sells. So we'll see. Okay, now gold is approaching this area here that I liked. And silver is breaking this low here. So it just took out this low. Look at that. Fantastic. This is making lower lows while we're seeing gold come into position here. So like Kai said, does silver need to break this? It doesn't need to for me. I'm going to take my trade right here. Yeah, so I'm going to go with, do I want to go full R on this shakeout? Honestly, I'm going to, yeah. All right, so I'm buying here, and I'm going to mark it, execute. And then, yeah, so we'll see. And then silver broke this low. I didn't need to go below London lows here. I just wanted to see the divergence there. So I am in gold buys as of right now. That's been executed. Let me just double check. Trade copy here. Are we Gucci? We are Gucci. Okay. Awesome. So did you take it, Mario? That's good. I took Nas. Nice, Ruben. You're a beast, bro. On it, on it. Okay, these are in. These are. Cool. Meanwhile, indices are establishing that bearish structure. So here we go. All right, so gold set, at least I have my play. Basically looking for a shakeout as a reaccumulation, having this take out everything above this. So let's see if it happens. And I just switched from sells to buys. So if that means anything, that, symbolic. Let's see, silver taking this low out would obviously be another confirmation. So if it does, awesome, even better. That might push us a little bit lower. And then checking in here with indices. We got NQ going lower and lower. This is a great trade. If you guys, for those that did take NQ, you were just sharp on it. Use the context. Amazing, guys. I love to see that. This is a great trade. You're probably up, I'd say like a fat 5R maybe. Okay, nice. So NQ doing its thing, Dow doing its thing, pushing lower. 1 minute, we're starting to see shifts in momentum. So we'll see how we work our way back. I'm gonna have an alert here, and then an alert here, where we start to push higher. Meanwhile, our gold trade is getting a good reaction. All right, starting to push nicely here, up about 70 points or so. Okay, let's see how we move. Now, typically with a setup like this on gold, as this goes higher, how do I manage my trade? Typically, I want to see it break above some sort of liquidity or the previous highs like we have here. So break above here would be perfect for this. Yeah. I've been testing whether like an imbalance fill is enough and if that holds structure. So I don't have enough data yet, but I will let you guys know. Okay, meanwhile, one thing that I've noticed is that gold and oil are basically like inverse correlated. So would there be a setup here with oil even? And I don't really see it the same way. Oil didn't really take out as much liquidity. Yes, we pumped up here. We took out London highs, or not even, actually. We just took out these highs and then came our way back down, filled the imbalance, worked our way back up. So could oil actually reverse out of here? Yeah, maybe. Honestly, you do have the sweep. Here comes in. So could the market sell off on oil? You have a similar setup as gold. For the shakeout, I would have liked it for oil to clear the highs, I guess. But it does take out this high, and it trades out of these areas before dropping, fills imbalance. Now it's back into the zone. So basically, thank you. Here's the push higher, the market comes in. So if you're looking at break and retest, right? Break and retest buyers, they're loaded up in there. So sells out of here, I can see it, honestly. Not as clean, so I'm just gonna stick to gold, but I can get it. I can understand this trade. All right, so gold a little back and forth action here. Drop a G in the chat if you took gold. G because you're a G and G because you're in gold. All right, so starting to get some movement. Okay. Let's see, stream. Just TP'd the gold short. Okay, nice. I'm in euro odd at half risk. I haven't traded a cross pair in so long. If it's not 5R, I don't want it. Yeah, oil and CAD futures are definitely going to have a correlation for sure. CAD, it's got a ton of, Canada has so much oil reserves, so that's a big one. Gold sell 3R, nice. Yeah, we were in that yesterday as well. Good work, man. Or are you in a gold sell right now? Is that what you're saying? Took it at full R. Okay, cool. What's up, Rafa? Congrats, congrats. All right, so gold running. We'll see how that continues to move. We've looked at indices. I think we're setting up for shorts here, basically, whether it's going to be NQ or S&P. Time will tell. Easiest way to make this decision or to understand is going to be basically like the fib tool obviously helps here. So having to understand how deep it's retracing compared to one another. So right now, Dow basically all the way back down. And Q, pretty similar. Yeah, okay. So I wonder if we end up working our way down to these levels, because it looks like, you know, we can keep pushing lower. We had the way Dow make this low here, right? Pushes down and then rallies. I mean, you have this same thing here with NASDAQ too. So you have two ideas here. The bullish structure here. And then you have the bearish 5 minute or 1 minute structure there. So you're in between ranges right now. Small 1 minute bearish, 5 minute bullish. We're in between 50 and 618 retracement right now there with Dow. And Q is pretty similar. All right, gold definitely just pushed down even more aggressively, taking out some lows. So there was a secondary entry here that I did like on gold, which was like in the imbalance. And also silver just took out those lows. So I think that we'll probably get the reversal now. So if you did wait for the deeper pullback for this trade, then this entry, if you're not already in, is a great entry down here. This would have been, if I had split my risk, I would have had another entry right there. So that's great. Kaius, I know you were waiting to see silver get the lows taken out for London. Beautiful patience. Now that it did that, then that should have been your green light for your gold trade down here for an even more precise trade. So if you did wait, awesome, bro. Super, super great with the patience there. I love to see it. All right, so gold coming back. Let's see it keep ripping. That would be ideal. At the same time, we're seeing NQ over here, just create more liquidity on this push down. So it comes down to here. So retail buyers definitely joining the party right there. You have Dow that took out London lows, Tokyo lows. So you're definitely seeing a difference now, right? Dow swept. So Dow swept here. Now coming back up. NQ, on the other hand, did not. So I'm curious if we could end up seeing a shakeout with Dow, but it looks like we might be seeing the sell here, because we have, man, there's a lot going on. Like, we have possible sell ideas and we have possible buy ideas. So it's a matter of letting the market show us exactly what it needs. I know I have two different fibs on here, so it's a little confusing. So what I'll do is this. I'll keep this one on the 1 minute. Actually 3 minute and below. So, wait, why didn't you disappear? Oh, my bad. Okay. And then you have NQ here. Okay. So, I'm tripping. What the? Am I out of my mind? Weird. Okay. So we're seeing them both push higher right now. NQ, YM starting to pull back. Can we get reversals out of here? Structure-wise, how do you guys like this idea or not like this idea? Is the fact that Dow failed to maintain lower lows here, does that influence how you approach a sell opportunity here? Because they both broke below this low, but then didn't really stay there whatsoever. So does that shift your perspective with this? Would you still take a sell out of here knowing that this push down failed to really do anything? What do you guys think? Already break even on gold? Awesome, good stuff. Structure, to me that looks like failed structure. Okay, cool. There we go. I agree. If we come back, right, if we come back down and we start trading down here, then cool. Like this looks good. But for now, I'm not so sure, right? So I'm waiting and seeing, staying patient. You don't have to trade, remember, that's an option. You don't have to take anything. If it's not clean, if it doesn't follow whatever you need, then why bother? All right, so, okay, updates, right, with gold. If you got that sexy entry over here, then, you're probably feeling pretty good. Market rebalanced really nicely, so honestly, just even breaking through here, like breaking through here, at this point, like I don't see why the market would have to come back really deeper. Like reducing stops here soon with us kind of breaking through, I think was more likely to play out. Like we broke below, we took out these lows here, traded into the imbalance. I don't know why it would need to go one leg down if we break this high. Silver took out London low, like so the liquidity here got taken out too. So I think we're probably all right once we take this high over here. And Q continuing to reverse. Dow holding this down pretty decent though. So, I mean, if we were in a different scenario, I would almost be looking for buys on Dow here. The sweep, we build up some demand here for what, like 5 minutes or so. I'm not going to buy here or anything, but yeah, it actually held it pretty well. I feel like we're going to keep going lower, and then this is going to get swept over here. And I wonder if gold's going to follow along with indices movement, because sometimes it does. If it does, interesting. Yeah, so we'll see. At this point, it does look more likely for NQ to be a buyer at some point. to be the buy setup, but we'll kind of stay put for now. We'll see. No new trades, just gold buys we're in right now. We can take a look at here, just look at Bitcoin. Great continuations yesterday out of this exact sell-off. So what a play right there. Boom. Continuations. Bitcoin really hasn't dropped off at all. Chilling. So I would imagine we're Bitcoin, if it at some point, if we do go down, our reversal probably comes a little bit later here in Bitcoin, like right under 70,000. Okay, let's take a look at majors. So Australian's been chopping. It played out of our zone just yesterday, tapped right into it, rejected. I didn't take this idea because I was looking at other other dollar pairs, so I wasn't really into it. And then right now we're currently mitigating this sell-off, starting to push down. It might have already done that here anyway, so I wouldn't have taken anything here. Pound still hasn't fully given a reversal, so I do think we can still work our way all the way over to here with the pound, or about a 50% pullback. So buys, not quite. If anything, we might be setting up for sells. However, the only downside for sells right now is there's just a lot of liquidity here, and kind of depends on how you draw it out. Right, that's kind of the weird thing about trend lines. It's really you can just kind of draw them anywhere. So not my favorite setup so far for sells. So this is, I'm cautious here for sure. Whereas CAD, man, CAD futures, this thing here looks so good. The sell way up here. I know I marked this up a couple days back, but the CAD sells look so good. We had the market just absolutely start to rip right here. One more pullback, and then the last continuation right there. So looking for shorts out of this zone looks super solid. We traded up to here, continued the downfall. So yeah, now it's just a matter of just time. Eventually, we can work our way back here and see some sort of idea. Right around here. We've seen resistance right here in the past before, which is why I have this as my zone. A lot of resistance right over here, so I like the trade. And then exit-wise, it'll definitely depend on how we work our way up there. What kind of structure is left behind. But, I mean, for now, at least if we use just previous price action for exits, we've seen a lot of support sitting right around the 73 level. So taking it even just to here is pretty consistent. So there's a lot going on over here. I think we can get at least a 3.5 R out of this. So CAD, I'll send this one out here for you guys. Let's go to today's setups. March 25. 2026. We got 6C, so CAD. And this is mitigation sell. Pretty textbook. Okay. In the meantime, right now, gold is starting to push up pretty nicely. So I'll come back to majors here. Just give you guys a quick update. Starting to move a little bit higher, starting to push forward. We've now broken above this little range that we were in. So we just tapped above it. So Could that green light some of these adjustments on stops? I would say so. I think we'll be all right. So moving stop to here now. Looks like the loss we cut about half of our exposure on this trade. So just about a half hour in profit. It was what was the risk originally? Like 230, and we're sitting at a little. No, we're not quite at a half hour yet. Almost though. Just about. Okay, so let's go back here. Now let's take a look at Euro. We were looking at CAD. Euro here. Pulling back as well. Not even at a 50% pullback yet. So this definitely, right now, I believe this is what I think is the best chance of playing out of the zone. 6N, not quite. And 6J, not quite. And 6S, also not quite the buy. So Euro, in my opinion, and maybe we'll take one currency setup a week. So it's not happening too often anyways. I like the higher time frame trades on currencies more. So this is like the Euro USD. All right, it looks like NQ just hit one of my alerts. Let me see which one it was. Okay, the reversal. So NQ starts to approach these highs, right? This is where we saw that last pump before it dropped. So NASDAQ gets there pretty quickly. Dow isn't quite there yet, but also it's a lot slower on the way up. So for now, it's still not a great break below the low, to be fair. Like this kind of sucks for structure. This is not showing, oh yeah, we're bearish now. This is like, we kind of failed at, they succeeded in liquidating retail buys. So that's working out nicely there. Honestly, what makes sense here now is going to be, like, this is what the trend line really actually would have looked like. So I'm not too concerned here. This may end up turning into depending on how price action unfolds, but this could become a buy scenario later if we break the highs and continue going higher. So if we were to go like this and go higher, we're good. Now, guys, gold is starting to rip pretty nicely, so let me give you a quick update there. We're sitting now at 45.60. So some of you that got a trade over here, you're killing it. You're loving life right now. So we are about a 1R in profit. A little bit more, a little shy of 1R. For me, I got a higher entry. I played off the higher zone. If you got the lower entry, then you're probably sitting, you're chilling. You're right now maybe even 3R. Whew, you're a beast. So yeah, with this being and kind of representing a squeeze, the breakout, in my opinion, if it is going to break out, we should at least get up towards this imbalance. We're already really efficient over here, so trading towards these areas, into the 46.25 range makes sense to me. Okay. All right, let's see where we go. So the potential on this idea from what I have here is, what is this, a 3.5R? Okay, cool, clean. Anyone already hit take profit on gold? 1 to 2, complete. Awesome, well done. Gold is squeezing nicely, bro. Oh, I didn't know you could use the arrow keys to move the long and short tool. I don't even care if I make money today. That's so funny. Yeah, you can use those for sure. I'm reduced risk. Beautiful, beautiful. Had the same zone as 6B, invalidated it when 6B started pushing lower faster. 1 to 2R locked away. Gold missed my entry by 2 pips. Ouch. It's okay. So, okay, quick lesson. Now, you may have an idea of where you want to enter, right? So let's say you were looking to enter down here. You're like, oh, I wanted to take out this low and then run, okay? As soon as you had silver break the low, so as soon as silver cracked this low and it got below, that was your opportunity. That was like the, okay, you know what? Everything aligned, like every piece of the puzzle, you got the perfect Tetris, like, is there. Then it's like, I would prioritize now I'm in versus let me take my position based off of what I had before. Because now this is more context. This is more information. This is an additional confirmation. This is like the pull the trigger if you're not already in confirmation. So, yeah. What's annoying right now is, for whatever reason, now silver is like starting to rip a little more. So come on now, let's all go bullish together. So yeah, I mean, this is pushing up nicely. If we kind of pull back and rally again, then I'll move my stop to here. Yes, sir, that's how I base my entry for gold, for GC. Beautiful. Klaus. Hey, that dude was crazy back in the early 2000s for Germany. That guy went hard. 1 to 3 in 15 seconds, done. Let's go, well done. I'm targeting, 26, 25, or 45, 46, 25 for gold. That's my target right now. Obviously managing it however it goes, but that's the current goal. With silver squeezing the way it's squeezing too, I think we're gonna get just breakouts across the board. So that's the goal right now. I wonder if it's gonna wanna mitigate in here as well. So I'll be looking. Yeah, look at how silver now has taken the lead. It's starting to really push, and that bothers me for our gold trade. Because now gold is starting to kind of settle in, phase, relax. I don't need that. I need this to smell blood. I need it to go crazy. Okay, cool. Gold's gonna do what gold's gonna do. Let's see. I know we got natural gas traders in here, so let me do a quick look. I don't love it. I'm gonna chill. All right. And Q continuing to push higher and higher. I'm gonna delete this limit before I forget. Up here. Yeah, so NAS still pushing. Dow slowly moving up. I'm not looking for a sell here either. This low here, the structure sucks. So despite this being like diverging and like not being anywhere similar to NQ really at all, like NQ really pushed while Dow was just chilling. So honestly, I actually wouldn't be surprised if this Dow trade works out, because it's just being suppressed so much more, the price action. Maybe the timing will be similar. Like if this clears everything here, maybe that, you know how we had earlier, right? What happened earlier? Earlier, what happened was Dow took out liquidity and then NQ came in to mitigate here, right? And NQ played out and dropped. What could happen here is we might see NASDAQ take out liquidity, take out all of these highs. And I wonder if that would set up Dow right here. That would be an interesting turn of events. So we'll see. Okay. So we have Euro, CAD in there. We have gold active. However, we have more movement, better movement with silver than we do with gold. However, silver is working its way down right now. Okay. So they're both pushing lower. Ideally, we get an imbalance fill and then this just eats up the movement. So you'll see this drop, rebalance, and then just start to rip right here. Would love that. That could position silver to also rebalance and rally as well. All right, takes the low, rebalances. It's like we've been doing this for a minute or something, right? Crazy work. This is where like the stacking entries could come into play and etc. You'd be trading tighter areas and with less risk. But like I could have thrown a contract on there with the stop like right here because of my thoughts on how the market wanted to rebalance and continue. And then if I would have taken that, then my stop would have gone break even right away on that particular trade. Here's where gold can start to take over the movement again if this goes the right way and we see it break this high before silver breaks this high. Nine missed calls from JP. Damn, I would have re-entered if it wasn't in the bathroom. That's why, you wear diapers while you trade. Can't miss a move. Can't miss a move, man. No way, no how. Oh, big coffee energy today. We not playing. We not playing. Okay. All right. Who's holding gold? Who's still running? Mike got the extended mag on his coffee for sure. You got your diaper on? All right. I know you got them stacked up over there. I'm sure James won't mind. All right, let's go take a look. Let me know if you want me to look at anything, guys. Drop something in the chat if you want me to look at any sort of charts. Let me know. Let's look at the winners and the losers of the day. Snap up almost 4%. Chewy with a 15% bump. Boom. Jesus. Where did this end up going down to? Chewy. All the way down to here, huh? Cool. I'm averaged in on Chewy, I think around, oh man, where was I getting in? I had some here, and some here. I think I'm averaging around like 30. A little bit of drawdown on this one. Intel climbing to 50 again. Beautiful. Tesla 3% on the day. Okay. Nothing really losing too much today. Solar pretty chill. Coinbase with a nice rally. I entered an options position on Coinbase yesterday. Here. Strike price at 190. 11% on odd. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Nothing too crazy. All right. Word. How's the crypto world doing here? Caspa jump. Nice jump. AI bumping a little bit more. Link pushing to 10 again. All right. Chilling. Wait, what? Forgot your diaper? Damn. Everyone's holding. Bought some more Lulu. Nice. NG sell at 2.9-ish. Palantir stocks. So, Michael, I'm curious. You're all about I know you're deep in the rabbit hole. When it comes to buying stocks like Palantir, is that just like, do you not find that kind of a conflict of interest in your beliefs? Or is it like, there's going to be money made here, let's just make money kind of situation? Defense sector stocks? I'm just curious, like, this is a big question. I've dealt with this question a lot too, you know? Because it's like, all right, let's say you want to be anti certain corporations, let's say the elite in general, but then if we're investing in the companies that we talk shit about, you know, what does that mean for us? You know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of ways to make money. It's curious. It's a curious thing. It's a curious thing. I'd never invest in anything if I held my investment to only pure companies. But it's like, it's a spectrum almost, right? I'm not here to talk shit. It's a genuine question. Because it's like, all right, like I own some Nike. You already know they're not saints by any means, right? It's an interesting thing. I do think it's possible, but like it's always like there's always some sort of downside, right? Like data wise, you know what's a crazy one? Y'all want to hear a crazy thing about a company? You guys know that company BetterHelp, right? The like online therapist. And it's like privatized, etc. So like, you know, like you can, I guess, get therapy and like you just have, I don't know, there's like, it's huge, it's like the #1 therapy app. And it was private, etc. And what these guys did was they ended up selling all of their data to like Meta, Instagram, WhatsApp. So all of this psychological behavior understanding on all their patients got sold to them. Isn't that crazy? It's like what Matthew McConaughey said in Wolf of Wall Street. All I give a shit about is getting fucking rich. I mean, I have this thing where it's like, just because you can make money doesn't mean you have to. You know? But I see both sides. If a company is gonna be successful despite your beliefs, why not make money off of them? That's true. Hey, I'm not against it. I'm here, you know, like this is a true conundrum. Because, okay, so let's also think about it. You buying their products, one thing, right? That's you actually putting money into the revenue, profit, gross for the company. You buying shares is different. Now here's the thing. Here's where I guess it would make more sense. Futures or options trading companies, technically you don't own it, right? You're speculating on movement. So you wouldn't be investing into them. So I think that's where I'm going to find my sweet spot. Would be options. Because at that point, then you're not giving them money, right? You're not creating more belief that price will rise. That's one thing. And then you have the option to exercise getting shares or not. All right, that's my little that's how I'm going to finagle my way through. It would be options. You can just get your ChatGPT memory and then just send it into Claude, basically. It is better. Chat is your therapist. God first, psychologist, and my homie. Okay, I mean, what do you mean, Mike? So okay, ChatGPT, any AI, right? It's just building on itself, right? It's just building on a knowledge bank, and then it's able. Man, I'm not going to go into the deep of AI, but basically, you can basically import your ChatGPT into Claude, and then it understands your conversations and all those things, and then it just does that instead. Iran just gave 5 conditions to end the war. The one that stood out for us is for us to completely repay for all war damage and reparations. Yeah, good luck. Is that likely to happen? All right, so with this rebalancing here, guys, I know I was yapping, but I am gonna tighten my stop a bit more again here. And then where are we looking with silver? Okay, so gold and silver now are kind of moving pretty much the same. I wouldn't say silver has the lead on it per se, maybe by a little bit, but it's moving nice enough. Yeah, so if you guys got this entry here, the lower entry, then you're feeling like a G right now, 2 and change. Nice. This one here is sitting closer to a 1R. Okay. I need, let's see, 500 more today, 700 more today. On a few of these accounts, it's a little payout day for me if this happens today. Yeah, check it out. There's no congressional support. Likeliness of war continuing would be 0. At least I hope so. Yeah, for sure. People dying for the sake of other corporations enriching themselves. Yeah, I think that's not really a good idea. Hey, if anybody in their 30s or 40s wants to get back in the military, they just opened it up for y'all. Get them papers, right? All right. I think this is all we got today. Yeah. So gold's running. Keep that going. Shout out to everyone who's had a win today. Let me know in the chat if you got a payout, funded, withdrawal today. If you got, whatever, how'd it go today? I know everyone's just like scaling up. This payout today. I know DeAndre, let me know, bro. I know you were killing it. 42 in the Army is crazy. Hey, whatever it takes, I guess. Whatever it takes. All right, final round. We have yeah, full pullbacks on NQ. Dow's still pretty choppy, so I feel this. I don't think this Dow sell is very high quality, especially with the lack of demand over here. I think there is a smaller chance that this plays out. So this is not an A+ setup. I wouldn't risk this. Even half risk, I think, is still probably not likely. So if you're not in a rush, which you shouldn't be, then I'm not going to be trading this. But yeah, and then regarding majors, you know, Euro is really what makes sense to me for buys later. We're not quite there yet by any means. And for sells, I'm waiting, and I will be waiting for a while for a CAD over here. So yeah, not in a rush whatsoever. And we'll leave it at that. So yeah, guys, I'm just gonna go through the chat one more time, see if you guys have any last minute questions. And then if nothing else in here, then we good. Oldest guy in my boot camp was 40. Bro outran most of us. Former British Army soldier. I think the oldest guy in mine was like 31 when I was in. I went to boot camp, to basic when I was, how old was I? Was it 2015 that I went? 2016? What year did I don't remember. I was like 20. I think I was 20. We need more of those white hoodies. Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah, check out the store, guys. We're basically all we need to do is we're just looking to clean up here. So there's the no risk, no reward. If you guys haven't seen the store, we have a sick traders merch store. If you guys haven't seen it, Tradetopia.store. Become more shirt. This one fits so nice. This focus one. Oh, wow, it's $20, dude. Oh, we're not even making money on these things. So this one's really clean. It fits nice. So if you like that, like, you know, want to flex the biceps, the focused one is a good one. This Tradetopia one is super sick as well. This one is one of my favorite fitted shirts I have. And then these are dope. The Lord protect me while I'm on these charts. I don't know if you guys have seen these. These are sick. And then we have the NAS 100s are dope. The jacket, the sweater. This is the one that these two hoodies I rock the most. The mushroom one, and they're so comfortable. Yeah, this is like my go-to for sure. And then you got the no risk, no reward though. These Trade for Freedom shirts, I think we have like only 1 or 2 left, I believe. Maybe 3. Yeah, something like that. Like very, very few of these are left. Nance knows more than I do. But if you want a sick jacket, these Tradetopia, these are so sick. Creating freedom one trade at a time. Yeah. And I think Harshie picked some of these up, this collection. Yeah. And I know these pajamas are like women's technically, but someone copped them at like a larger XL, a dude, and he's like, this is my favorite thing ever. But yeah, anyways, check these out. I forgot, Nance can let me know. Some of these are like basically about to sell out, so we just have to update it because, yeah, we won't be producing some of these ever again. So we'll just keep those like that. But yeah, check that out, Tradetopia.store. How do the fitted tees fit? They're true to size. For you, I'd probably do probably an L. Ruben, what day is it? Tradetopia shorts, some like gym shorts, some nice ones. Yeah, we'll get that going, guys. We got a couple things on our plate, but you know, we want to get rid of some of this because we're sitting on a decent amount of inventory. Obviously, we don't really push like the store too much or anything. It's more of a passion project, like more than anything. Definitely not for the margins. It's more for the culture. What happened? Funded? Let's go. Let's go. Ruben. Let's go. We just talked about it yesterday. All right. Yo, let's go crazy for our boy Ruben. Just got funded. Let's go. Let's go. Oh man, I'm so stoked. I am so stoked. It's raining. It's raining abundance out here. He got that last trade. Let's go. Nothing like hitting over 30 R to get funded. Like that's just savage. 6,004 profit. Boom. 100K in the bank. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We crying together. Yes. Cheers, bro. You deserve it, man. What it couldn't be a better way to end it. To end the session. Yeah, I mean, congrats, man. Since the day one, you and Karen have been super locked in. I know we had some pretty good chats while we were out in Colombia as well for the retreat that we did there. And at this point, like, we had a good chat yesterday about kind of the feeling of almost like an imposter syndrome. Like feeling like, is this luck? And again, bro, like the way you went about it, like you can't luck your way into collecting 30 plus R in a matter of one account. Like that is just good trading over the course of weeks. Like you should really feel good about it. And everyone else, guys, like just keep going, keep approaching it. Like you might not get things when you want to, but if you know you're putting in the time, the effort, you're working towards it, and you're getting feedback, you're able to see different ways of improving continuously, then you're on the right path and keep going, guys. Like I 100% believe that every person can figure trading out if you're willing to let go of basically everything you knew and start to just lay new foundation, new bricks, and be willing to like strip a lot within. And anyone that I know that's started to progress in trading, started to get payouts, get consistent, create a part-time income, create a full-time income, you know, have it be a main income stream, it required drastic evolution. And sometimes you need someone to help you see things that you're not seeing up because you're too close to it. And sometimes you just need a lot more time. All right. But more than anything, we always just need to be honest with yourselves. So congrats, Ruben, bro. You're crushing it. Syndicate's on fire. For those of you that are in the right place financially, are very committed to trading, and you don't know if you do need a helping hand or if you should just keep going on this by yourself, just have the conversation with us so that at least we can give you some clarity on what you can do. If not, do it with us together. And of course, right now, guys, we do have the Pay at a Profit program as well. So the Pay at a Profit program is a way for you to see that we're invested in you just as equally as you invested with us. So this program, you don't pay in full. You pay a good chunk out of it only if we help you get results. So at this point, it's been amazing to see some of our traders actually fully pay the program through profits and beyond that now. And not everyone, has been able to do that yet. But guys, it's been way too many traders making things happen and changing. So yeah, I love it. Like, I love seeing you guys win and continue. So here's the link if those of you that want to actually be going through it. Yeah, like, I don't know. If I had to do this all over again, like what we built here was basically what I wish I would have had. Because a lot, you just end up wasting a lot of time if you don't have direction and feedback. But to be real, and I'm just here being blunt, y'all, like, you have to put in the work too. So I can't save you from yourself. I can't. But I can definitely shine light, give perspective, give feedback. And at this point, like, we're seeing people that have been doing this for years without ever seeing results, and within a couple months, they're funded, getting paid out. So, coincidence? Yeah. I don't think so. But anyways, I need a lifetime membership for myself and my future generations. That's epic. All right, guys, at this point, I think there's no need to have your stops at anything like above, like you should have your stops in profit on gold by now, guys. So right now it's running about 300 points in profit. So I'm signing off here with this position specifically. So we're sitting at about almost about a 2R IM. If you got the lower entry, then you're sitting even better than that. But take care, y'all. I hope to have some new syndicate members here to wrap up the month. And I can't wait to keep seeing more funded accounts, more payouts, and just more discipline across the board. So guys, stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay disciplined, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Peace out, y'all.